Hello. So I'll be talking about how to pass your PropFirm account with the perfect risk management and how to know the right lot sizes to use for your PropFirm account. So firstly, in order to pass your PropFirm account, most PropFirm companies, they always offer 5% daily drawdown and the overall drawdown of 10%. So let's say you got a PropFirm account of $5,000. Your daily drawdown will be 250 USD, which is USD. Your daily drawdown is 5%. That is what most PropFirm accounts what they offer, and your maximum drawdown, the overall drawdown will be 10%, right? Overall drawdown is which is $500. So before you can lose that PropFirm account, that means if you reach a daily drawdown of 5% or a overall drawdown of 10%, then you'll be losing it. Then for phase 1, there's always a profit target of 8%, which is at 450 USD, right? So how do we achieve this? How do we pass this PropFirm account? And how do we apply risk management so that we don't hit our daily drawdown, or we do not get to our overall drawdown? And how do we do that? So there is a strategy I called 2:2 and 2:4. I call it 2:2 and 2:4. That is, your daily loss on your PropFirm account, daily loss should be 2% of your trading account, trading capital, and your daily profit should also be 2%, 2 or 4% of your trading capital. So 2 or 4%, or 4%. So when your daily loss is 2% of trading capital, that is, and your daily profit, daily loss of trading profit, or daily profit of 2%, daily profit of 2% of trading capital, then daily profit, daily loss 2%, so I call it the 2:2 ratio and 2:4 ratio. A daily loss of 2% or a daily profit of 2%, a daily loss of 2% or a daily profit of 4%. That means if you are trading a PropFirm account and you hit a daily loss, let's say you are trading a $5,000 account, you hit a daily loss of 2%, that is $100. A daily loss of 2%, that is $100. So you need to stop trading that day. You must apply discipline. And also, if you get a daily profit of 2%, which is 100 USD. Yes, you need to stop trading. You must apply that discipline. So for you, if you apply this rule, for you to lose your PropFirm account, that means you would have five bad trades or trading days. That means every day you are losing $100 for good 5 days. That means your trading strategy is bad. That means your trading strategy is bad. That means you need to get a proper trading strategy. You need to back test. You need to run it on a demo account to know that, okay, this is a good trading strategy. So because PropFirm account, $5,000 account, a drawdown of 250 USD, overall drawdown of 500, a profit of 450, you can apply this rule of 2:2 or 2:4 ratio. 2:2 ratio means a daily loss of 2% of trading capital or daily profit of 2% of trading capital, a daily loss of 2% of trading capital for 2:4 or daily profit of 4%. So if you apply this rule with discipline, for you to lose that PropFirm account, that means you have 5 bad trades or 5 bad trading days. That means 5 bad trading days. It means you have 5 bad trading days. That means that trading strategy that you are using to trade, you need to think about it. You need to get a better trading strategy. You need to backtest it, try it on a free trial account. Get a free trial account. It's a free trial account. You can just use a fundedness or FTMO. Try a free trial account on it. Try a free trial account. Try that strategy on a free trial account to see how good the strategy is. So, and when we are talking of trading strategy, we are talking of a trading strategy. So now let's move to trading strategy. So when we are talking of a trading strategy, now trading strategy, because for you to start a PropFirm account, you must have a trading strategy. Number one, you must have backtested the strategy. Or you try the strategy on a free trial account. So a good trading strategy is a strategy that can give you 7 winning trades, 6 or 7 winning trades out of 10 winning trades. So a good trading strategy is a strategy that can give you 6 or 7 winning trades out of 10 trades. So if you can get the trading strategy, might be ICT, might be market structure, might be anything, might be Bollinger Bands, depending. Just make sure you backtest it. Just make sure you try it on a free trial account. Just make sure out of 10 trades is giving you 6 winning trades or 7 winning trades. That is a good trading strategy. It might be any of the ICT concept, might be any of the smart money. You don't need 2, 7, 10 trading strategies. You just only need one trading strategy. Just make sure you perfect that trading strategy. So after getting that trading strategy, so how do we apply risk management on our PropFirm account so we don't lose all? So how do we now apply risk management? How do we know the lot size we are going to use on each trade? How do we know the amount of trades we are going to be taking? So it is very important to know the risk management, to know the lot sizes we are going to use. So the part of 2 to 2 and 2 to 4 that I explained are also risk management. You know that, okay, $100 per day. Once you have a loss of $100 per day, you are no longer trading for that day. You apply discipline. Once you don't let your emotions to take over you by going into trade again, or I've seen this set, I think I can recover. No, you wait for the another day again, and if you make a profit of $200, don't be of $100 or 4% of that. Don't be too greedy. You wait. There's always another day to continue the trade. The market is going nowhere. So now, after getting the trading strategy, then we how do we know the lot size we are going to use, and how do we apply proper risk management? How to know the lot sizes to use, and also apply risk management, and also how to what is the perfect risk to reward ratio we are going to be using. So the perfect risk to reward ratio. So now, for example, let's say we have a 5,000, we bought a $5,000 profit account, 5,000 USD profit account, and we have our 5% daily drawdown, and our profit account has a rule: 5% daily drawdown, which is $250, and also 10% overall drawdown, which is 500 USD, and we have phase one target of 8%, which is equals to 450. So how do we do it such a way that we will not get to this drawdown and we are going to achieve our target? Number one, I said we have to get a good trading strategy, which I have explained further. Now I want to use an example of so to achieve this target, we only need four trades. We need to take four trades. So, and we also need 4 trading dates. Yes, 4 trades, 4 trading days. 4 trades, 4 trading dates. So in this risk management, I will explain 2 types which I categorize. I categorize them as: one, I call them good trades or good trading days risk management. Then I say bad trades or bad trading days risk management. Now, for the good trades risk management, so for the good trades risk management, good trades or good trading days risk management is when you have good trades, like all your trades are hitting your TP for that 4 trading days. First day, second trade, third day that you took the third day, fourth trade, everything getting to your TP. That is good one. So I will explain on that first. Now let's say I'm going to use NZD. We are targeting our phase one target of $450. Yes, 450 USD. So how do we achieve this? With, let's say we have a good trading days. Now number one is, let's say our first trading day, first trading days, or first trades, or first trade. Now we are going to use for our risk management, risk to reward, we are always going to be using 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. that means a risk of 1%, the risk and the reward. That is, we are going to be risking for 1% of 5,000 USD, which is what, 50 USD, and a reward of 2%. A reward of 2%. A reward of 2% of 5,000 USD. Of 5,000 USD. So we put this in brackets. That is 1 to 2 RR. So that is for the first trading day. Now I'm going to be using NZD card right now for an example for this video. Now let's say I wanted to take a trade on my NZD card right now on a risk of 1% of 5,000 USD, a reward of 2% of 5,000 USD. Now, which is, this one is $100, right? This one is $100. Okay. Now let's say I wanted to take this trade. Now let's say I wanted to take this trade. Let's say I wanted to take this trade. Let me just separate this one. Okay. Now for this trade, now for our trade, a stop loss, the maximum stop loss we'll be using for our trade, maximum stop loss we'll be using for our trade is 20 pips. So maximum stop loss for our trade will be 20 pips. So the maximum stop loss we'll be using will be 20 pips that we'll be using. So the TP, our take profit might be from 20 to 40 pips, right? Yeah. So now that we want to take this trade now, and our stop loss is 20 pips, that is maximum lot size stop loss, and now we want to use 1:2. So if you want to use 1:2, you take your, let's say I want to go long on this trade now. I took this trade now. Let's say I want to go long on this trade. I click here, which is the opening price, which is the price, the current price it is right now. So and if I want to know that, okay, 20 pips loss, stop loss that I want to use, if you look here, you see that this 20.5, that is the pips. So we are only using 20.5 pips. So how do we do a reward of 2% reward? So how do we get that? We'll bring this up a little bit till you can see that the ratio is changing. Now we have 2. Now that we have 2, so our reward ratio now, when it gets here, is at 2%. Our reward ratio now is at 2%. Our stop loss is at 20 pips. So now, how do we do that in such a way that how do we know the lot size we are going to use at 20 pips stop loss? And if the market should hit that 20 pips stop loss, it won't take more than 1% of it. So how do we know the perfect lot size to use? And if it should get to our 2% reward ratio, it will give us that our 2%. So how do we know the lot size we are going to use for that? This is how to get the lot size. We'll go to FX Books, type FX Book on Google, then click on position size calculator. So once you click on position size calculator, you allow it to load. Okay, good. So once you click on position size calculator, now I want to trade NZD card. Right now I'll type in NZD card, right? What is my account size? My profit account is $5,000. My risk ratio is 1%, right? My stop loss I've told you to get your stop loss is this. This is your stop loss. This is your pips. The pips for your stop loss is 20.5 pips, right? The pips for your take profit is 41.4. For your stop loss is 20.5 pips. Now, or I might make it 20, aggregate 20 pips. Yeah, 20.2. Let's say 20 pips. So I will type in 20 pips, right? You are going to leave this. That is our lot size, which is the mini lot. I think it's the mini lot. Yeah, you are just going to leave this one as 1. Just leave it as 1. NZD card 5,000. We want to risk 1% of this 5,000 at 20 pip stop loss. So we click on calculate. So this will be showing us that the perfect lot size to use for this, for our trading, is 0.34 lot size. And if the market should hit our stop loss, only $50 will be deducted from that account. So now that we know the lot size to use, which is for this account, now for our first trade we'll be using 0.34 lots, and we know that if you should hit our stop loss, we are going to lose only 1%. So how do we know now if the market should get to our take profit? This is our take profit. How do we know the amount of money we are going to gain as profit? Do you understand? Though MetaTrader 5 has it. Once you enter a trade and you set your TP, MetaTrader will show you everything. But for the purpose of this video, FS Books, go to FS Books, go to profit calculator. So once we get to profit calculator, now we know the lot size that we are going to use for our first trade. We know the lot size we are going to use for our first trade. Now we click on it. Let's go to our profit calculator, NZD card. So in this profit calculator, this trade size, you are going to change it. But in the position size, trade size, you are going to leave it as 1. If you are calculating position calculator, you won't change this trade size. You leave it 1. I think the 1 means a mini lot. So you don't need to change, you just leave it. But if you are calculating profit, you change the lot, the trade size. That means, and our trade size is 0.34 lot, like the lot size we are going to use, because our position size already calculated it for us, which is 0.34. So we type in the 0.34, right? The closing, this is the current price, which is the current price right now that the market is on NZD card. But to our close price will be our TP, right? So our TP is at 0.81339. Yeah, good. So we'll type in 0.81339. So we click on calculate. So now if the market should get to this price, 0.81339, or let me look at it, 0.81345 rather, 0.81345. Let me see. So that is 99.53. So you have to notice position size is to get the lot size we are going to use. So we'll type in our account size, type in the risk. We are only risking 1% per trade. Our stop loss is at 20 pips. You are going to leave this one. You won't change this ratio 1. You won't change it. It means we are using a micro lot. I think, yes, that is it. I think we have one. We have standard lot. You know, we have mini lot, standard lot, micro lot. So just leave this one. Click on calculate. Once you click on calculate, it's going to show you that, okay, for you to risk $50, you are going to use you have to use 0.34 lots. Now you go to your profit calculator, type in NZD card, account currency. Now you are going to change the lot size here to 0.34 that the position size calculator calculated for you. You leave the opening price. That one is an automated price. As the price is going on, it's showing it. 0.80. Wait, price is at 0.80965. Sorry, 965. Okay. So you type in the current price in which you enter the trade, right, which is your opening price. Then you type in your TP, then click on calculate. Do your meta trader 5 can also do that. That is 95.38. okay, 95.38. so that is our profit, which is our reward ratio, is 95.38. so good. Now this is for our first trading day. Now let's say for our second trading day, second trading day, right? So for our second trading day, because we don't want to be greedy, we just want to follow the rules, so we are also going to use 1.2 RR. We are also going to use 1.2 RR. So how do we do that? Risk to reward ratio, we are still going to risk 1 to 2. We are still going to risk 1% of 5,000, 1 to 2 RR, 2% as our reward. So our stop loss also is at 20 pips, right? So if we are doing this now, our balance for our trading account would have changed, because now let's assume that we were able to get this target. These are our 1 to 2 for our first trade, right? If we're able to get this target for our first trade, that means our trading balance will now be 5,095.38, right? So good trade we had, because I'm explaining on good trades or good trading days risk management. So the first trade is okay. The second trade, now we want to risk, we will now be risking 1%. It will now be 1% of, so our balance will change. Hold on, our balance will change now. It will now be 1% of 5,095. 1% of 5,095, right? That will be our risk. So let me see, 1% of 5,000, and our stop loss will still be at 20 pips. So let me just delete this. So 1 to 2 RR, right? So now for us to take this trade now, we will now go to our position size calculator. 1%, 5,095. We want to risk 1%, 20 pip risk. Let's say we also want to take this trade of NZD card again at this current price, and this is 1 to 2. So now we will now click on calculate. You will see now that it will show 0.35. It shows 0.35 loss, that we are going to lose 50.95 if our if the market should hit our stop loss, that is equals to 50.95 USD, right? So now to get our reward for this trade on 1 to 2 RR, I've explained to you that once you point it now, you see this 2, that is the reward ratio. So for this TP, you keep on moving it up till you get to that 2. So this one means 2, and when you increase it up to 3, that is 3 reward ratio. Now the TP for our reward ratio is 0.81339. now the system said we can use 0.35, right? 0.35, let's say 339. Yeah, so let's calculate it. 96.62. so now let's say the second trading day we were able to get 90. How much do we get? 96.62. so 96.62, right? So we're able to get 96.62. now we're able to get our 1 to 2 RR. So our third trading day, right, our balance will change, right? Our balance will be 5,095 plus, right, 96.62. That is 5,095 plus 96.62. So if we should do that calculation, 38 plus 96.62. If you should do that calculation, we will get 5,192. So that is 5,192, right, USD. So our current account balance is 5,192. 5,192 for our third trading day. Now on our third trading day, now we are not going to be risking 1% again. We are going to be risking 2% of 5,192 USD. Yes, we are going to be risking 2%, and we are going to be aiming for 2%. I think that should be 22RR. That means we are risking 2%. Yeah, 2%. It's also based on 1 to 2 RR. Sorry, it's also based on 1 to 2 RR. But this is my explanation. So now 2% of 5,192 is also based on 1 to 2 RR, which is the risk to reward ratio. So now 2% of, let's say now I want to use 2% of 5,192 USD. 5,192 USD. That is 5,192. So we want to risk 2% at 20 pip lot size. We are going to leave this one. This is the lot size, which is one lot hand. This is the lot, the mini lot size that we are going to use. The normal lot size we are supposed to use. We just leave it at 1. So 2%. Let's calculate it. So if we are to use 2% on this third trade, if we should lose that trade, we'll be losing 103.87. That is, we are going to be losing 103.87, right? And if this at 0. Which lot size? 0.7. That is 0.7 lots. That is 0.7 lots, right? So this is I think this one is 0.34 lots. I think it's 34. That is 0.7 lots. And if now the system said we can use 0.7 lot for 2%, right? Now we take that 0.7 here. So let's say the price is where it is right now, right? And we have our target, which is our close price of 0.81339, right? Once you click on calculate, that is $193.25. That is $193.25 at 0.7 lots for our 1 to 2 RR. So 0.7. What does this call? 193.25. That is 193.25, right? USD. So that will be our reward. Risk to reward, right? Now on our fourth trading day, right, our balance would have changed, right? Because for us to get this profit, our balance will change. That means our balance will now be 5,192 plus 193.25, right? So which will now be equals to So let's take up our calculator. That is 5,192 plus 193.25. That is 5,385.25. That will be 5,385.25, right? USD, right? 85.25 USD. Sorry. Now, what lot size are we going to be using for this? So we can decide to. We're also going to be using 1:2 RR, 1:2 RR, our risk to reward ratio. Now, we can decide to use 0.5% or 1%. So we can decide to use 0.5 or 1%, but based on 1:2 RR. Now let's say we want to use 0.5, let's say 1% of 5,385.25, right? Now we'll go to our calculator. 5,385. 1%, 20 pips loss. We are going to leave this one. Calculate. That means we'll be losing. So we are using 1%, right? We'll be losing $53.85. That is equals to 53.85 USD, right? We're losing 3. So which lot size are we going to be using? 0.36 lot size. So 0.36 lot size. 0.36 lot size. So now if we put that 0.36 lot size into our profit calculator, 0.36 lot size. Now, so the opening price is here, our TP is here. We click on calculate, so we'll be getting $99.38, right? So 0.36 lot, 99.38, right? So now on the fourth trade, our balance will be 5,385 plus 99.38. So 5,385 plus our balance will now be, our total balance will be equals to 5,385.25, right? 5,385.25 plus 99.38. That is, so that will be equals to 5,484.63. So it is probably will go for the 1%. Yeah. So 5,000, which this is already at what? 8%. 8% of our $5,000 prop account, right? So that is it, and that is it. So for 2,450 USD, which is our 8% of our $5,000 account, so we are going to risk 1% of our $5,000 account, which is 50 USD. So to get the lot size that we are going to use, we go to position size, we type in the currency pair USD, we type in the account, $5,000 account. Okay, we put in 1% risk. Our pips is at 20 pips. So your stop loss might be at 17 pips, 20 pips, but not more than 20 pips. You leave this trade size lot as 1. Then you click on calculate. When you calculate, it will give you the lot size you are going to use, the amount you are about to lose on it also, which is the 1%. You take it to profit calculator, type in, change this one to the lot size that the profit position size calculator gave you, which is this one. You change it in the profit calculator, type in the opening price. The open price means the price that you enter the trade, then the close price means the price your TP is going at that 2 reward ratio. Click on calculate and it will calculate it for you. That is first trade. Second trade also, you go for 1%. So when you go for 1%, you are going to add your profit to it. You understand? So you maximum stop loss is 20 pips. Your reward, the third day you are going to risk 2%, because by then you have already grown your account and added $192 to it. So you risk 2%. Go to position size. Let's say you get the 1 to 2. The fourth trading day, which is will be your this thing, your final day, you are going to risk 1%. You don't need to risk much. 1%. 1%, you are already risking $53. Then once you get your reward, then what you get your 8% of your $5,000 profit account. Now let's say all this strategy is on the first strategy I called the good trading days risk management. That is, they are good trading days risk management, where all the trades are just getting better and better and better. You understand? But the second one, which is the bad trades or bad trading days risk management, I call it bad trades or bad trading days risk management. So these ones are the good trades, good trading days risk management. Your first trade is good, your second trade, your third trading day, and you have to adhere to the risk, the daily loss and daily profit that I explained further. Your daily loss should be 2% of the trading capital, and your daily profit is also 2% of it. If you hit your daily loss, you have to stop trading that day. If you hit your daily profit of 2%, is okay. If you hit your daily loss of 2% of trading capital, you have to stop trading for that day. If you hit your daily profit of 4% of trading capital, you have to stop trading that day and go start I call it 2 to 2 ratio or 2 to 4 ratio. And with your 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, and with all this calculation, you just only need to take 2 trades per day. 2 trades per day. 2 trades per day. That is, on your first trade, you are risking $50. You got this right? Yes. If you got this reward, fine. If you did not got up to 2% reward and you take the second trade and you got your $100 reward ratio or 4% within that range, just stop trading. You only need to take 2 trades per day with this strategy of risk. With your risk strategy, you only need to take 2 trades per day. 2 trades the second day, 2 trades the third day. You can only, if this one, you can even take 1 trade on this. 2 trades per day is okay, or 1 to 2 trades per day is okay if you follow this risk to reward ratio and the calculation I explained ahead. So the bad trading days, let's say on your first trade with your strategy so to explain the bad trading days risk management, on your first trade, let's say you lost your first trade, which is by using this risk to reward ratio, you lost your $50, right? You lost $50, 50 USD, right? Your second trade, because you went for 1%, you went for 1% risk, right? As cited earlier. Your second trade, so let's say your second trade, you were able to get your second trade. For your second trade, you've lost your first trade. For second trade, you are going to risk 1%. You are not going to increase the risk. 1%. Now let's say luckily you won your first trade. Do you understand? And based on 1 to 2. On 1 to 2 RR. So that means you were able to recover, right? Your third trade, your third trade, whether the second day, you understand, your third trade, you are meant to risk 1% again, 1% risk again on 1 to 2 RR, while your fourth trade you risk 2% risk on 1 to 2 RR. Yes, so this is the first scenario of bad trades, bad trading. So the second scenario, so let's say your first trade 1% risk, so 1 to 2 RR, you are able to win your first trade. Second trade you lost, second trade of 1% risk, 1 to 2 RR, let's say you lost it. Your third trade, whether the second day, yes, you can take the third day, the second day, or that second day, yes, you are going to take 1%, you are going to risk 1%, not 2%, you are going to risk 1% on 1 to 2 RR, 1 to 2 RR, that is. And let's say you won that trade, right? Your fourth trade, you are also going to need to risk 1%, on 1 to 2 RR. Let's say you won that trade. Then your fifth trade will be 2%. Your fifth trade will be 2% risk on 1 to 2 RR. And your sixth trade will be 1% risk, 1% risk on 1 to 2 RR. So this one too also, after your fourth trade, you have your fifth trade of 1% risk on 1 to 2 RR. Right, so on 1 to 2 RR. So that is it. Now let's say the third scenario, we've gotten to our third, for this first scenario too, your fifth trade with 1%. So now let's say the third scenario, hold on. So for the third scenario, so let's say our first trade is good, we're able to do the 1 to 2 RR. Second trade, good, right? Third trade, which we are risking 2%, right? 2% risk, we lost it. Do you understand? So if we should lose that trade, we are going to start again. We are going to start our fourth trade with 1% risk. Our fifth trade, right? Our fifth trade with another 1% risk. And our sixth trade with 2% on 1 to 2 RR. So everything is on 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2 RR, on 1 to 2 RR. So everything is on 1 to 2 RR, on 1 to 2 RR. So 2% risk on 1 to 2 RR, risk to reward ratio. So, and finally the seventh trade, 1% risk or 1 to 2 RR. So the summary there, if you look at the calculation of our risk reward ratio, we always make sure that our first trade we risk 1%, right, on 1 to 2 RR. So this is the summary of everything. The second trade also we risk 1%. We are risking 1% on 1 to 2 RR. The third trade we are risking 2%, right? We are risking 2% on 1 to 2 RR. Then the fourth trade we are risking 1% on by using 1 to 2 RR. 1 to 2 RR, right? So anytime we make a loss on any of these trades, you make sure you go back to the formation. So you go back to the formation of 1%, 1%. Once you achieve 1%, 2%, 1%. So if you have gotten to the second 1% and you made a loss, you go to 1%, 1%, 2%. If you have gotten to 2% and you made a loss, you go to 1%, 1%, 2%, 1%. If you have gotten to the fourth trade and you made a loss, you go back to 1%, 1% till you achieve that aim. And if you have gotten to the fourth trade and you made a loss, by the time you do 1%, 1%, you will recover and you might also pass the profit account. So that is that about a profit account. That is how to pass it with a proper risk management. So that is certain. So your first trade 1%, second trade 1% risk, third trade 2% risk, fourth trade 1% risk on 1 to 2 RR. I've told you how to do the 1 to 2 RR. So if you should lose the second trade, you know that you are going to repeat the cycle of 1%, 1%, 2%, 1%. If you should lose the third trade, you go back, you start with 1%, 1%, 2%, 1%. 1% is 1%. So that is the proper way to do that. So please subscribe to my channel, like and subscribe and share. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Keep subscribing on TMZ. More and more videos will come. I will share strategies, more videos on forex trading. Thank you very much. And these are top-notch trading. These are top-notch trading strategies. My next video, click subscribe for my next video. Thank you very much.